Welcome to Pocono, everybody. My name is Andrew Spears. Alongside me in the booth tonight is Rob McDonald. We are the United Racing Network, and we are happy to be here in Pocono, Pennsylvania, home of the Poconos, as they call it here in local. I'm happy to be here, Rob. The Pocono they call it the Tricky Triangle. You know why they call it the Tricky Triangle, Rob?
Well, because the track's a triangle.
Well, that may be true, but it's because each individual turn is a different turn, and that makes that sounds like it was convoluted, and I get that. But these corners are weird. Each individual corner is different. Turn one, as you see looking down the front stretch there, you can mimic it kind of like a Michigan. Turns number two, they call it the tunnel turn. The reason they call it the tunnel turn, well, the infield, to get to the infield, you have to pass under turn two, kind of like you do at the super speedways and stuff. But the tunnel actually affects the turn. So you'll be seeing a lot of these guys apex on that corner going into turn two. Turn two, I would compare it to a high-banked Martinsville because it's pretty much, I mean, you're turning the heck out of that car. And then turns 3 and 4, they technically call it turn 3, but turns 3 and 4, it represents kind of like what's a good track I can compare it to? A Homestead or the banks of Indy, you know, on their quarter turns, half turns that they have there, Indy. So this track is very, very tough to get around. As you see, there's a tunnel turn right there. This is going to call us for some good racing tonight.
Yeah, and actually, if we can get the camera to look down the front stretch toward turn 3, it actually says on the wall what turn 4.
Yeah. Got me wheezing over here. Well, BSC is going to bring us some good racing from Pocono tonight. And, you know, Rob, I'm just going to bring us to the booth real quick just to talk about October.
Yep.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Cancer in general hits close to home for me, but breast cancer actually hits a little closer to home because my mother-in-law had it a few years ago and actually survived the treatment, survived the cancer, got through it. She's doing excellent now, but it hits really close to home for me, and I know it does for my wife. And so, you know, I've also had a few family members pass away later, family members before I passed away, or before I was born, they passed away. So it hits, you know, close to home for my family for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it almost seems that, you know, cancer touches each and every person. You know, whether it's a friend or a family member that is, you know, either battled with it, overcome it, or ultimately succumb to it. I know, you know, I've lost a few family members to cancer, and it's not fun. It's a horrible, horrible disease. And, you know, all we can do is support the cause and hope one day that they do find a cure for this so that, you know, nobody has to go through it.
Yep. And we do support the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as we say, and the organizations that support it and help fight for that cure. You can go to any of them that you feel is reputable. We're not sponsored, or we're not going to endorse a certain one, because all of them contribute differently to the same cause. So if you feel free to donate, you can reach out. There's multiple ways to donate. If you just go to the Breast Cancer Awareness website, there's ways to donate if you feel free to donate to that cause.
Yeah.
All right, back to the action. Pocono. Rob, we've been watching practice now for about 15 minutes. There was an issue with the session. They had to pull us into a new session. But we're back. We're ready to roll. And Alex Witt is dominating the championship points. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so right now, you know, we have Alex Witt leading with 332 points. Now, that's quite substantial. I mean, second place is Daniel Mitchell, and he's still 61 points back from the leader.
Man.
Now, in behind him is Noel Hanna in third. However, you know, he's 101 points back from Alex Witt and only 40 back from Daniel Mitchell. And
So he's got 100 points to jump to get up there to Alex Witt.
Yeah, so, and actually we do have a tie for third place between Noel Hanna and Andrew Jamelin, both having 231 points. And I do apologize that we don't have the points up on screen, but there was a little bit of an issue and we couldn't get them updated in time. So we do apologize. However, next week they will be back and done properly so that you guys can follow along at home. The point standings.
Yeah, I think Alex Witt is gonna definitely rack up some good points today. I mean, he was dominating the first session, but Justin Johnson actually just posted the fastest time of the session with a 54.08 right now. He's a newcomer to the league. Joined Bristol Dirt. We talked to him last week. He joined the week of Bristol Dirt and really has dominated the pack since he's joined. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the next few tracks hold. Michigan, one of my all-time favorite. I've got most of my wins that I've gotten on iRacing has come from Michigan, whether it be with the IndyCar series, NASCAR, trucks. It doesn't matter. I get a lot of wins at Michigan, so I like Michigan. But we get to see the new Atlanta October 25th, 2 weeks away. You don't want to miss that. And then we end the championship night at Homestead, as you see Justin Johnson grab the wall there. But Homestead, November 1st, championship night. Anybody can still win this. It just takes Alex Witt having tonight a bad night and maybe have a bad night at one of the next two races for him to, be moving back in the points. Yep. So make sure you catch these next few races.
I do want to bring attention to a name that we haven't seen for a little while, but he's here tonight, and that's going to be Kevin Coleman. However, he is not driving his typical Wawa car.
Oh, he's not. He's driving the Castrol Oil 00 car.
Yeah. Beautiful paint scheme.
It is. I like the colors, green and red and white on a Toyota Camry. Can't get any better looking. That's a good looking scheme. Man. Yeah, he missed last week. I believe he missed the week before. So, he's just in this to have fun tonight. I think he's probably out of the points. He's actually not sitting very high on the points chart, is he?
Just taking a look here. He's currently sitting 17th, so he's 197 points back from Alex Witt. So.
Wow. Yeah, he's not in contention for the championship. Actually, let's talk about that for a second.
All right.
Next season, if we get brought back on to do this again, what would you like to see them do? They've been posting this survey around the Discord, asking, their drivers to what tracks they'd like to see, what type of setup, what type of style of racing. What would you like to see, Rob?
I mean, it's hard to say because I know they did post like a, kind of like a, here's what we're thinking schedule. And to be honest, everything that I see there, like Vegas, Michigan, Charlotte, Nashville, of course you have to have Daytona and Talladega in there. You have the Glen, and everything there, it kind of, I don't know. I don't think I would ask for much more than what's there that they've already, either decided on or, are kind of tossing around. So.
Okay. No, I respect that. I do respect that.
What about you?
Man, I tell you what, I would love to see hang on here. Trying to get some stuff fixed here that I've noticed. Needs to take a good look here. Well, there we go. The colors on the numbers were changing weird colors, so I had to change that so everybody could be able to read what we're seeing. No, I want to see a 16-week season, the first 8 weeks, battling to get into the race, like battling to get into the championship, right? The playoffs. the final 8 races is playoffs, where we section it out to 2 races apiece. We have the top 15 or the top 16. However, if we have enough to do top 16, do the top 16. 2 races go by, we knock it down to 10. 2 more races go by, we knock it down to 6. 2 more races go down, we knock it down to 4, and then they race their hearts out the last 2 races to determine who the championship winner is going to be.
And that's fair.
I would love to see that. I'd like to see a few a few road courses. I'd like to see Sonoma. I'd like to see Coda. Of course, you got to have your super speedways. You got to have those reset races to make it fair for everybody else. And a few short tracks. Bring and 2 throwback races. I want to see 2 throwback races, Darlington and North Wilkesboro.
All right.
I would love to see that. Or do one even better. Do a throwback race and then an all-star race where we can, talk about veterans and usually how NASCAR does it. Usually at the all-star race, it's usually during Memorial Day. So I would love to see something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be interesting. I mean, myself being a veteran, it kind of hits close to home. And that's kind of like, well, you and I have been racing in the Veterans League. It's open to fire, police, and EMS as well. And, I actually really like it. Just the, short show of support for the guys out there that, have given a lot, of their lives just to, serve their countries and serve their communities. So, I know that hits close to home for me. And I'd really like to see that as well.
Yeah, I would love to see that. And, that all-star race could also act as a reset race, depending on where we do it at. We could do it at Charlotte. We could do it, really anywhere. Darlington, North Wilkesboro, it doesn't matter. Actually, next NASCAR season, they're doing the all-star race at North Wilkesboro. So matching that up would be cool to see. I don't know. I would like to see that. I think that would be cool. It'd be a longer season, and we get that. Start it probably after Christmas.
Yeah.
Hold a mini season, so to say, and something other than NASCAR, or other than the next gen, the Gen 7 cars, up until we can have that 16 race season. And if they do that, I don't know about you, Rob. I don't know how you feel, but I think the United Racing Network could possibly sponsor a few prizes for the winner of that race.
Yeah, I think so.
So, anyway, enough of that chit chat. Viewers, just what would you like to see? What type of tracks would you like to see? And while you guys are typing those out, let's take a look at these qualifying times as they start to roll in here. Alex Witt, Justin Johnson are setting 1 and 2 right now with a very close time. 54-21 for Alex Witt, 54-23 for Justin Johnson. Christian Strader rounding out top 3, 54-29. Good job to him. And Kevin Coleman bringing out 4 with a 54-29 as well. They're going to have to go into the hundreds of thousands of seconds to figure out who actually has that position, but it looks like Strader is going to have it. And then Andrew I take that back. Noah Hanna is going to take the top 5 as of right now. We are still under green with all these qualifying laps. It does look like most everybody has completed them, but Zachary Lewis is getting ready to complete his final lap. You see that tunnel turn right there where we're talking about the apex. Zachary Lewis, he actually broke his foot, did he not? Before the season started?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah, and the first race, he was race control, actually, because he had a broken foot.
Yep.
And he couldn't race.
And then Calvin the Boss Ross is rounding out Calvin the Fish Ross.
There you go.
Is rounding out his final laps on the track, and it doesn't look like he has been able to get a successful lap in. Oh, it does. He is showing in 12th right now. And that number 20 Killer Brownies. To that Camry, I almost called it a Ford. Ugh. So we shall see where we end up. But, you know, let's see. We got some responses coming in now. Indianapolis would be cool to see. More than the road courses, more road courses, the better. Actually, the new Indy road course, that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, it would.
Be interesting to see for sure. But qualifying is complete. Let's check out the grid. Rob, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right. So starting in that pole position is going to be Justin Johnson, the newcomer to the league. Followed in the second place is Alex Witt. Third is Christian Strader. Fourth is Kevin Coleman. Fifth is Noel Hanna. Sixth, Andrew Jamelin. Seventh, Andrew Almquist. And eighth, Daniel Mitchell.
Ninth is Calvin Ross and his number 20 Killer Brownies Toyota Camry. Zachary Lewis is going to be sitting in that 10th position. Rod Sizemore in 11th. Alex Martin in that 12th position. In that, make sure I'm looking at this right here. Yep. In that 13th position, it belongs to Armin Brusso. 14th, Anthony Rattle. And in rounding out the field in the number 23 car and the 15th spot is Cody Kern. He did not finish qualifying, so he did not get a qualifying lap in, so he will start at the rear, have to fight his way to the front, which has not been an issue with him lately.
No, it's, I mean, we saw it last week. He fought hard. Wasn't able to, he was able to work through the field, and he finished fairly well last week.
Yeah, I mean, he had to fight through the field a few times, but, you know, he did well. Waiting on Justin Johnson and Alex Witt to grid. I'm sorry, Justin Johnson has gridded. Alex Witt is the only car that has not gridded yet, so Alex needs to get his foot out of his behind and get his butt in the car so we can start racing here at Pocono. I know you guys are ready.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is. And congrats to my dad for following us. He just followed us a minute ago.
There we go.
It's awesome. Awesome to see. We have a new fan here. As they roll out here, Justin Johnson, Alex Witt will be our front two leaders. One leading the inside row, one leading the outside row. Rob, who do you got?
I mean, it's so hard because all these guys are absolutely amazing at what they do. And you know what? Just because I know how he races, I know he hasn't been here for a while. And I think he's going to try and push for the front. I'm going to go with Kevin Coleman tonight.
Yeah, Kevin Coleman, this is a good track for Kevin Coleman. I am not going with Kevin Coleman tonight. I feel like there's going to be here's what I'm going to say. Alex Witt's going to have an upset. He's going to catch some debris. He's going to spin. He's going to use both his quick repairs. He's just going to have a bad day. Unfortunately, Alex, it's time for you to have a bad day because you're dominating right now. And I think Calvin Ross is going to get a win tonight.
All right.
I think Calvin Ross is going to get a win tonight. All the Calvin Ross fans out there in the chat, go crazy because I'm ready to see him get a win. First time of the season.
Yeah, I mean, he did amazing last week. You know, had quite a few upsets. You know, and it was unfortunate. He tried to make a push, but he just wasn't able to get there. So I commend you on that. I know, you know, he's pushing for a win, and maybe we'll see him up front here tonight.
Yep, and this pace car will zip down this long front stretch. This front stretch is long enough to land a Cessna 172 on this son of a gun. We're going to approach that Geico restart zone, and we are going to be green for the first time here at Pocono Raceway. Alex Witt, Justin Johnson, side by side, fixing to enter turn two. Alex Witt on the high side, Justin Johnson on that bottom side. Looks like Alex Witt's going to be able to get that position from Justin Johnson, but Kevin Coleman's going to be on his outside.
And they went into turn one, not turn two.
Turn one, whatever. Tunnel turn is approaching. Christian Strader's pushing Justin Johnson right now as they approach the tunnel turn. Kevin Coleman's all over the rear of Alex Witt there.
I don't know. Something about Pocono just makes me speechless. The
It's
view is amazing. The racing is amazing. And it's just, there's just so much to take in.
there's so much action that happens on track. You know, Kevin Coleman actually is sitting in a good spot right now. He's gonna size up these corners. We got a long way to go. We have our stage break's gonna be at lap 25. To give these guys the opportunity to go in for fuel. We do have a 60% fuel load tonight. So these guys will have to pit, especially under that green flag run at the end. And I just want to take a second to talk about Anthony Rattle here. Anthony Rattle is going to be the number 21 car, sporting the pink wheels and pink numbers. Thank you, Anthony, for your support. We'll back up here to the action. Justin Johnson, Christian Strader, Kevin Coleman, all fighting for a position here as they round out turn 3 and 4. You can see back in the back there, looks like Zachary Lewis in that McDonald's number 16 car got a little loose coming out of turn 3. These tires are going to warm up slightly. Track temperature is setting at about 103 degrees, so it's getting down to the optimal racing temperatures that we'd like to see.
Justin Johnson is making a move on Kevin Coleman here for that second position.
With the help of Christian Strader right behind. Kevin Coleman's going to let him take it. You know, he knows there's a lot of racing left, and these guys are burning their tires right now, especially going through this tunnel turn as tight as they are. And we're going to watch for that turn to be more of a menace as we have somebody hit the wall in the backfield. In the back, it looks like it was Cody Kern in that number 23 car. Back to the action up front. Justin Johnson, Christian Strader still in tandem with one another.
Actually, looks like Rod Sizemore picked up some damage from that.
Yeah, Rod Sizemore will be going into the pits at this time, barely making it.
I think he might have gotten a penalty on that one.
Keep a check on it. Let me know if he does.
Well, he does have a meatball flag.
We have side-by-side action back in the back right here. The number looks like it's Calvin Ross. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. It is Andrew Almquist and the number 65 of Andrew Jamelin. As they touch.
Oh, they touch.
No contact. They're bumping one another. A lot of bumping. And the 17 goes sideways with a lot of contact. Gets in front of Anthony Rattle. And that will be the first caution of the evening here. It looks a lot like netcode there.
Yeah.
A lot of netcode there on my side. I'm not sure about you, but a lot of netcode on my side. We'll go back and take a look at it.
I know the 17 and 65 were bumping and banging and going around entering turn 3. You know, the 17 of Andrew Almquist got a little sideways.
We're just
actually, he's got some damage to that left front. That wheel's not moving anymore.
Yeah, it does look like. We'll go back and watch it one more time, but it's identical to.
Yeah, that was 100%. He just turned left immediately.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. Sucks that Andrew Almquist got that damage. You know, that does suck, but that's internet racing for you. Sometimes your downloads and your uploads don't communicate with one another.
Yep. But it gives a chance for the field to bunch back up.
Yep,
I know Alex Witt wasn't looking for that, as he had quite the lead on Justin Johnson, probably about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna see if we can possibly talk to somebody. Let's see here. Who have we not talked to this season? We've talked to Christian Strader. We've talked to Alex Martin. We have not talked to Rod Sizemore.
No, we haven't.
Let's bring Rod in here if he's available.
All right, let's take a look. Rod, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Rod, this is Andrew and Rob in the booth. How you got us?
Hey, I hear you now. Yeah, I got you.
Good deal, good deal. So, caution, first caution of the evening. You're sitting in a pretty weird spot, but you're in a good spot. How do you feel?
Kind of frustrated. I had a technical glitch on the system here and lost my monitors for a moment and bounced off the wall a couple times. So, put myself in a real hole to try and make it up now.
Yeah, you're only a lap down, so you should be able to get that back, but you did take your quick repair early. Rob, you got anything for him?
No, just you were doing pretty good, but unfortunately, internet racing has its downfalls sometimes, and you were bit by the bug. But we hope to see you get back out on that lead lap and show us what you're made of.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and be patient, see if I can get back up there and give them a little something up front.
Alrighty, sounds good, Rod.
Okay.
We'd like to hear the enthusiasm, even though he had a downfall. He is setting in a good spot. He's in a good spot to get a lucky dog. He went into the pits, got a fresh car. He's going to be ahead of these guys on pits, but we did have a few cars go down pit road. Actually, most of the front pack went down pit road to fill up for that 25 lap mark. Do we know how many laps we're getting out of fuel?
Not currently.
So we'll be looking for that info here soon. Hopefully we'll be able to get an idea. Well, I'm with a 60% track that's as long as this one is. It's a little over 2 miles. I'm going to assume probably about 20 laps, 20 to 22, 20, 23 laps.
All right.
That's what I'm going to assume, See if it makes an ass out of me.
There's our one.
That's our one. At least it's not you, though.
Yeah, that's true.
2x2 we go. Lots of the pace car are off. We're going to be going green this time by. Andrew Jamelin, Zachary Lewis in the second row there up front. Alex Witt and Noel Hanna. Alex Witt leading that inside line. Noel Hanna leading that outside line as they approach the tunnel turn. Calvin's sitting in a good spot. Top 10 right now in his Killer Brownies car. I really hope. I got a little bit of money on him, so.
You didn't bet the house, did you?
I bet the dog.
Okay.
It's not even better.
Well, it's a little better. Your wife wouldn't be as mad at you.
I don't know, man. I think she'd rather me bet the house.
I don't know. You should ask her. I think she'd prefer the dog over the house, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
I'm not sure. Alex Witt's going to be leading us down to the Geico restart zone. We're back green here at Pocono, and I haven't sold the house yet, so we'll see what happens. Alex Witt gets a huge jump right now on Noel Hanna as he tucks in behind.
Still got about 35 laps, so.
You're right. You're right. Can't say you're wrong if you're right?
Yeah, that's true.
Kevin Coleman's looks like he's going to dip in behind Christian Strader right there in that number 29 Reese's Ford Mustang. We do have a lot of Toyotas on track tonight. Only one Chevy tonight belongs to Daniel Mitchell.
That's normally par for the course here with BSC.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Creative Mind, for the follow. We do appreciate it. Zachary Lewis, we do have looks like we had some side-by-side racing, as it looks like Rod Sizemore gets turned again. Caution number 2 of the evening. And it just may not be his night.
It's a tough break for him.
I can look at it here. We're checking on Rod Sizemore. Rod Sizemore's in that number 56 car up top on the outside of Cody Kern. He enters turn 3 up on the high side, and it looks like Cody Kern. No, he dips down, gets by Armin Brusso there, and Armin Brusso actually grabs him. I thought it was Cody Kern, but it was actually Armin Brusso, the number 11 car, that grabbed him. Got him sideways and brought out caution number 2. Anybody saying anything interesting on the radio?
Nope. No, the radio's actually been pretty quiet tonight.
Well, maybe we can get everybody active once we do our radio active broadcast. Now, we were ironing out the details a little bit before we started going live here, so we will be announcing that probably in the next week or so. Be watching our socials for that. But what is radioactive, Rob?
Sorry. Radioactive, I'm not too familiar with it, but pretty sure we'll just have everybody in radio contact. We'll have open mics, and we'll just let the fans hear what the drivers have to say.
Yeah, they'll be the drivers will be talking with one another. We'll be able to hear that, between their teams, between the drivers themselves. We'll be broadcasting on top of it, but you'll hear it in the background, and we'll be sure to broadcast and make sure you can hear what they're saying. But I think that'd be cool to hear, especially when I go back and watch the radioactive stuff that NASCAR does, and I really hope that's not trademarked or copyrighted. But when they do that,
radioactive shouldn't be.
But with that type of broadcast, I think it's cool to actually hear the communication between the drivers, between the drivers, from the teams, between the officials. I think that's awesome to hear, and we're going to do that here with the BSC. So be on the lookout for an announcement on our Instagram page. You can also catch pictures of this race. There'll be screenshots made of this race posted. Noah Hanna. Yeah, it's Noah Hanna that does the pictures. It is Noah Hanna, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Noah Hanna does the pictures. It looks like Justin Johnson went off screen there. But he does the pictures for the league, and we'll have those posted either tonight or tomorrow, depending on when they get done. So.
So we're not sure why, but currently Daniel Mitchell has parked his car right now.
Daniel Mitchell's rolling for me.
Oh, he's rolling again.
I think you're behind. I don't think you're live.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I was. Sorry about that. Because I went back to look to see what he was doing.
And if anybody knows what cough has been going around that I've had for like a month and a half, can y'all let me know? My Lord. If you hear me go silent or hear me wheezing, I think it's allergies, but I don't know what it is.
I think we may have stirred up some stuff with the radioactive. People are, the drivers are talking to their crew chiefs, asking what's going on. Don't worry, guys. We will bring it up when we do decide to do it.
Yeah, when we iron out the details.
Yeah.
When we iron out the details, we'll let y'all know. And if we can't do it, we can't do it. But I think it'd be awesome, especially towards the last parts of the races.
Yeah.
Something for your fans, So.
Google says it's the Black Plague.
Do what now?
Google says it's the Black Plague.
Could be. Could be.
Get yourself a pocket full of posies.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Just look for some, rosy rings.
Oh God.
Now that may be a tick bite as well, so.
Yeah. Don't. Mm. Yeah, but ticks usually latch on and stay on till they get big old and fat.
Yeah, I know. I actually pulled one off my friend's cat the other day. That thing was huge.
I bet.
Yeah. I felt bad for the cat with the amount of hair that I pulled off the thing, but, cats don't really like to sit still while you're trying to pull a tick off of them.
No, not really. Do you blame him?
Well, not really. But,
Crap
yeah.
hurts.
It was interesting. We threw the bugger in some rubbing alcohol to kill it and flushed it down the toilet after 24 hours.
I just burn it.
No, you're not supposed to burn it.
Why?
Because, if you burn it while it's attached...
hang on, we're going green. No, I always pull it out. But,
Okay.
Alice, got me dying over here. Alex Witt takes off from Noah Hanna at that start, gets about a 4-car lead over Noah Hanna on that jump. I thought I seen a burst of blue flames come out the side. Oh, as we got contact, Daniel Mitchell and Justin Johnson up front, as we got 3-wide action in the back right here. Calvin Ross, Zachary Lewis, Andrew Chamberlain was 3-wide for a second as Calvin Ross looks to make a inside pass on Christian Strader here. 4 wide going through the tunnel turn.
Wow. I mean, I know the track is wide, but... Calvin Ross is making his way through the field.
Yeah, he is. Calvin Ross has made his way up to 5th now.
But anyways, the reason why you're not supposed to burn ticks, especially if they're connected to whatever you're taking them off.
Ain't nobody burning me while it's connected to me, I'm telling you.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, is because if they do have Lyme disease, it will cause them to actually regurgitate and inject the bacteria, essentially.
But what if you burn it while it's off of you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just squish them. Or throw them in alcohol.
I'll do that next time. Yeah. As we have 2x2 action coming out of the tunnel turn, going into turns number 3, and what turn number 4? I see that sign back there now. That's usually the turn right there that gets people though, because they slide up the track.
Yeah. Now I don't know if it's just the car, or if there's damage to the left rear of Calvin Ross. Oh no, it's just the paint on the car.
Yeah, well,
just the paint on the car.
Calvin Ross is making a pass on Kevin Coleman now. Looks like Zachary Lewis is going to tuck in behind Calvin Ross. He's trying to figure out who his buddy was going to be for the next lap here. And Kevin Coleman doesn't have anybody. We got some bump drafting action here as they enter the tunnel turn. 2 wide, 3 wide almost. We are technically 3 wide right there through the tunnel turn as Zachary Lewis grabs the wall. And Zachary Lewis, Cody Kern, Daniel Mitchell all spreading out there as Alex Martin in the 94 car tries to avoid it. The front 4 has made a decent gap here. Looks like Anthony Rattle give Kevin Coleman the push he needs. He's down low with Kevin Coleman here. Calvin Ross is upside, hanging high and dry right now with no help. But Daniel Mitchell is going to tuck in behind, and Anthony Rattle barely got back in line there.
Now, why don't we give the fans what they're asking for? They're asking for gopher cams and wall cams, so why don't we crank it up?
You want to crank it up?
I want to crank it up.
Shoot, you got to ask me twice. I just want to mention here that there were 3 sets of wall cams for the front stretch.
Just give you an idea of the size of the front stretch.
It's as long as a commercial runway. There was a driver. Well, my dad may know the answer to the question. I think it may have been Rusty Wallace. Flew his airplane and landed it on the front stretch to get here for the race in front of the fans.
I do remember that, yeah.
Like NASCAR fined him because it was on race day as the track had already been cleared.
Yeah.
And he just pulls it into pit road and takes the wings off and goes right on into the infield. Alex Witt got some contention right now. Noah Hanna's got some pushes coming from Justin Johnson here as Noah Hanna will nose his way out in front. How long he will stay there, we don't know yet as Justin Johnson looks to dive down behind Alex Witt into turn number 2. Alex Witt does slide up, give Noah Hanna just enough room, but Alex Witt will maintain that front position, hopefully on this lap. We shall see. Justin Johnson's made his way to second, making a move past Noah Hanna. Behind Noah Hanna is Christian Strader. He still has his nose in the bunch there. Calvin Ross has given up that 5th position to Kevin Coleman. Kevin Coleman is going to be battling now from that 1st position. Now, we will mention if we get within the 5-lap mark of the if we get into the 5-lap mark of the stage and a caution comes out, the stage will be called, and that will be it for stage number 1. We'll keep an eye on that as we can. We do have action in the back right now. 2 wide between Andrew Jamelin and Alex Martin. I'm sorry, Andrew Jamelin and Cody Kern. Back up front, we still have that really, really close battle for the 1st place position. Justin Johnson has given Alex Witt all he can handle as Justin Johnson will lead his 1st lap of the race. Side by side going into 1 here. Noel Hanna on the outside. Justin Johnson on the inside battling for that 2nd position. Alex Witt did take that position from Justin Johnson on that front stretch as they enter turn number 1. Rod Sizemore is battling like crazy. He is off the lap by 1 lap, but he's trying to maintain whatever he can. He does have right side nose damage, so that is going to affect his aerodynamic ability to get around this track with ease. It may look like he also have a downforce problem. Rob, what do you think?
Sorry, who was that?
Rod Sizemore. It looks like he may have a downforce issue on his car.
Yeah, it does look like the front splitter is a little damaged there on that right side.
Yeah, and this track is kind of like a. I'm not going to sit there and classify it as a super speedway because this is a technical track, but you need the downforce to get around this track with speed. And with that splitter being bent up like that and that right side being crumpled, he's going to have a lot of issues with downforce and drag on his car.
Yeah, because you can see it pushed in a little bit there, so that right front tire is actually exposed. So that's going to cause quite a bit of drag there as well.
Anthony Rattle is trying to hold off Cody Kern for that 8th position to maintain his 8th position in traffic. And Anthony Rattle's got a whole host of guys behind him. Cody Kern, Andrew Jamelin goes 2 by 2 going into turn number 1 here. You see the run that Cody Kern got going into turn number 1 there. We are 22 laps of 25. Let's check back up on the leaders. Looks like Noel Hanna has taken that position back from Justin Johnson to hold 2nd.
Andrew Almquist actually came down pit road.
maybe a strategy move here. You know, we're getting close to that stage break. He's going to go ahead and take his pit stop early.
He's almost going to be a lap down.
Yep, he will be going a lap down right now. Had a lot of damage, though, on that front end, what I can tell.
Yeah. May have caught the wall and just wanted to not take the quick repair.
Oh, Justin Johnson steps it outside. Sorry, steps it inside. Going to be going 3 wide going through the tunnel turn here. 2 wide as Noah Hanna, Alex Witt gets together right there. Going to upset the car of Alex Witt, but he does keep it straight. Justin Johnson's leading by about 2 car lengths now.
Christian Strader tries to poke his nose inside Alex Witt.
Yep, and Noah Hanna is going to be taking that outside approach on Christian Strader as they come down the front stretch 2 by 2. Noah Hanna will take that position back from Christian Strader, and Noah Hanna is all over the rear end of Alex Witt looking for a position. Justin Johnson's looking to drive with 1 eye in the rear view, 1 eye up front, because he knows the tunnel turn is coming, and he knows Alex Witt and Noah Hanna is chasing him down as well. Checking back here in the field here, we do have some 2 and 3 wide battles going on for some positions here. Zachary Lewis is holding his 6th place position pretty steadily here, but Cody Kern, Calvin Ross, and Andrew Jamelin are all fighting to maintain the positions they have as Andrew Jamelin and Calvin Ross go side by side. Calvin Ross grabs the wall.
Almost grabs Anthony Rattle there as well.
Anthony Rattle does do a good job avoiding, but Calvin Ross did grab the wall. This will be it. Should be white flag in the air as we approach lap 25 here for the leaders. Justin Johnson will win stage number 1 of the evening. All you Justin Johnson's fans, I know you'll be going crazy in the chat. We'll get stage results here in just a second, and then we'll take you side by side for a quick break. But as it sets, Justin Johnson, Noah Hanna, Alex Witt is 1, 2, and 3. Christian Strader 4th, Kevin Coleman 5th, Zachary Lewis 6th, 7th belongs to Cody Kern. Andrew Jamelin in the 65 belongs in the 8th position. Anthony Rattle in 9th, 10th is Daniel Mitchell, Calvin Ross in 11th, Armin Brusso in 12th, 13th Alex Martin, 14th Rod Sizemore, and 15th Andrew Amuquist. And it looks like Andrew Amuquist is going to be a lap down along with Rod Sizemore. But Rod Sizemore will get the lucky dog and get that pass here under this stage end. So Rod Sizemore will be sitting in good position. But with that being said, guys, we're going to take you guys side by side. We'll be right back here in just a second. Welcome back, guys, from the break. As it sits, Justin Johnson did win his race off of pit road. Alex Witt is going to be starting on that outside lane. So, you know, Justin Johnson and Alex Witt will be battling as they have been all night long. Rob, what's been going on? What do you think's been going on so far?
I mean, it's really interesting racing. I mean, we know Alex Witt is normally fairly dominant on any track that he's on. And, you know, to see him battling with the newcomer, you know, Justin Johnson is actually amazing. I love it. You know, they're battling hard. And, I mean, even Noel Hanna and Christian Strader have poked their nose in a few times. And, you know, I can't wait for the next, you know, 35 laps.
Yeah,
or 30 laps.
The next 30 laps will be very interesting. We should see a green flag pit stop unless we go under caution again. We did have our stage break at lap 25. We are going to go to lap 55 now. On the board, you have Christian Strader, Noel Hanna starting in that row number 2 on this restart. Row number 3 belongs to Kevin Coleman and Andrew Jamelin. They've been battling pretty much all night long as well. Row number 4 belongs to Daniel Mitchell and Zachary Lewis. And row number 5 belongs to Armin Brousseau and Alex Martin. That's your top 10. You know, Alex Witt will lead that outside line. Justin Johnson will lead that inside line. And Justin Johnson will get his pick of when he goes racing. And looking here at the first time chat, Hi Motor, he says that that 3-wide move was crazy. You know, I agree. That was a crazy move when it happened. There's been a bunch of 3-wide action on track. Do you think we'll see more, Rob?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen it all night. We've seen even 4-wide action on the track tonight. And, you know, as we come to the close of this race, I think we're going to see a lot more of it.
Yeah, a lot of 3-wide action, a lot of 4-wide action. And the last 10 laps, like it gets crazy at Talladega and Daytona, it usually gets crazy here at Pocono if there is close contentions for the race. Everybody has been doing about the same on lap times tonight. In fact, everybody's best lap time is 54 seconds and something. Nobody has been out of that 54-second mark. So,
no,
that's a wild stat there for sure. Pace car is going to zip off. And we are going to be going green back at Pocono. Justin Johnson gets a good jump. Alex Witt has tried to hold off Christian Strader already in this race as we approach turn number 1.
Yeah, as Noel Hanna is going to dip to the inside of Christian Strader.
Everybody's on those fresh tires, so I know they're going to be a little slick.
Contact there with Andrew Jamelin and Kevin Coleman. Oh!
Andrew Jamelin gets around and grabs Alex Martin. Caution number 3 is out. Sorry, caution number technically 3. That wreck took a long time to happen. I'm just gonna say
it did. Yeah, I'm not sure. I saw Daniel Mitchell dive down to the bottom of the track, and then all of a sudden Andrew Jamelin just goes sideways.
Yeah, let's take a look at it here from the Daniel Mitchell's perspective. Oh, it looks like Daniel Mitchell may have ready to stir up some stuff, because it looks like Daniel Mitchell may have. We're going to rewind this here. We're going to rewind this and watch it from the perspective of. So, contact. Oh, we're going too fast here. Sorry about that. Click the wrong button. All right, let's watch it. Daniel Mitchell. Jamelin looks like he. I don't know, man. That's a little hard to see what happened. We'll see if we can get a better camera angle here on that event. We'll take a look at Daniel Mitchell right here coming off of the corner. This is the restart. We're going to follow along with Daniel Mitchell here. Daniel Mitchell in the number 25 car. Andrew Jamelin, the one that actually wrecked, is in that number 65 car right there on the left, in front of the left side of 25. Looks like Jamelin gets a little push into Coleman. Looks like Jamelin was going inside, and Daniel Mitchell looks like he turns him. Good avoidance by Armin Brusso there. I don't know. We're going to let the fans decide what happened right there because my opinions are irrelevant, but Andrew Jamelin does have a lot of damage. Anthony Rattle's also hitting pit road too. What do you think, Rob, after you've been able to get a look at it a little bit better?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm trying to take a look and see. I'm going to see if I can... I'm going back through here just to see if I can take a look. See if I can get it off its gyro. Yeah, it's really hard to say there. I mean, it looked like, you know, Daniel Mitchell was trying to avoid because there was that contact in between Andrew Jamelin and Kevin Coleman. And, you know, we kind of let off a little bit to avoid getting into the back of him and, you know, just steered hard left. So, I mean, it's hard to say on that one.
We'll just chop it up as a racing incident.
Yeah,
that
works.
We'll let politics play out later.
Yeah.
Kevin
Back
Coleman.
of the haulers.
Yeah, that's right. They take it out to the haulers and have a fist fight later on. Too bad we can't actually like swap over to UFC and start beating the crap out of one another after a race. That'd be cool. But I was going to talk about Kevin Coleman for a second. Kevin Coleman has, in my view. Well, I'd say about a year now of racing alongside Kevin Coleman. He does really, really well here, and it's shown tonight. Top 5 right now.
Yep.
So, I mean, you know, we're sitting in a pretty good spot in the race. You know, we're going to be hitting the stripe at 23 to go. 23 to go with the stripe. And Kevin Coleman's in a position to strike. I think he's stayed in this position all night long, and he's been saving all night long to, you know, potentially be in a position to strike Alex Witt and Justin Johnson. But Justin Johnson has been a menace at this track.
Yeah, he really has. And I mean, you know, just speaking about Kevin Coleman, you know, normally he sits either back of the pack or mid-pack until, you know, 3/4 of the way through. And then all of a sudden he's in the front.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
It's either that or he's wrecking. So...
As you see Justin Johnson there trying to drift the pace car. I don't know what he's doing. What are you, Justin? Get back in behind the car here. You're going to get a penalty. Oh, well, he can't hear me. There's the field from the pace car view. I like seeing these cars 2x2 because you can see who really wants it. And Justin Johnson is anxious to get back green here.
And I'm hearing chatter over the radio, and they're Calvin the Fish Ross is talking about installing a horn on his car. I don't think it would pass, the tech inspection.
It'd be too heavy. Make the car too heavy. Because he wouldn't put a normal horn. He'd put an air system. He'd put a train horn. As Alex Witt, Christian Schrader, side by side, going into one. Justin Johnson maintaining as Alex Witt actually goes up the track. Justin Johnson fighting off, trying to kill that draft behind, but he does have a host of cars that they don't need Justin's draft to maintain.
No.
Alex Witt, Andrew Jamelin in the back there. They're still battling hard, but Alex Martin is maintaining his 10th position as Daniel Mitchell gets sideways going into the tunnel turn. Sorry, turn number 3 there.
And when Coleman trying to find a hole.
Oh! Kevin Coleman just turned Noah Hanna. I know it wasn't on purpose, but that's caution number 4 of the evening. Looked like a block made too late. Let's take a look at it. Said let's take a look at it. There we go. Yeah, it looks like a block made too late. And Kevin Coleman, unfortunately, will probably take an EOL for that.
I'm not seeing anything right now.
We're going to jump over to Noah Hanna's point of view here, and we're just going to we're going to ride along with Kevin Coleman here on this to see what he saw. This is as they're side by side racing down, coming out of turn number 3. You see they're side by side. Kevin Coleman was trying to get a little bit of a side draft as much as he could, and it looks like he just grabbed a little too much of him on that down that front stretch and got Noah Hanna very loose. Noah Hanna did smack the wall somewhat hard, not too bad, but he does have a lot of damage to his front end there.
Yeah.
Actually, identical damage to Rod Sizemore.
Now, Justin, you know you're not supposed to be in front of the pace car. There you go.
It's like Days of Thunder hit the pace car. Why I gotta hit the pace car? Because you hit everything else on track. Why not hit the pace car, right?
I mean, that's true.
So far, this has been a very interesting race. We'll see everybody potentially come down pit lane as Justin Johnson just faked the entire field, but nobody behind him went in. So that was
Armin Brusso went in.
well, Armin Brusso, man, needed to go in. Well, Justin Johnson's going to maintain. Will he have enough gas to?
You're not supposed to be inside the pace car.
I think he's trying to figure out what he's having for supper tonight. What you drinking in there? What's you drinking there? Got some Gatorade for me?
I got some cranberry ginger ale. That's what I got. It's delicious. Okay. It's only in Canada because it is Canada Dry. But I'll have to send you some.
I'm good, actually.
Don't knock it until you try it.
I'm knocking it.
No, I'm telling you, you can't.
Oh, I just did.
Listen, all right? You can't. You just can't. Like chocolate biscuits and gravy, all right? Or no, chocolate gravy and biscuits. There we go. They have cranberry ginger ale on sale in the States during the holidays. All right.
I wouldn't know.
See, Teddy agrees with me.
I don't drink ginger
Cranberry
ale.
ginger ale is delicious. It is delicious.
It's not delicious.
It is.
It's
You haven't
horrid.
tried it. You don't know.
I know that ginger ale is horrid. So
No, it's not.
Tastes like soda water.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't taste like TV static. That's exactly what soda water tastes like.
TV
is
static?
TV static.
What?
TV static. Yes.
Whatever.
You ever lick a TV as a kid? Everybody has.
So I want to make a point here that Rob has had chocolate gravy.
Yes, and it's delicious.
He has
I'm
had
just
chocolate
saying.
gravy.
I didn't know what it was, and then I had it, and it's delicious. So you can't knock it until you try it,
And
because
he had
just the thought of chocolate gravy is like, I don't know.
I don't know. My wife made pretty good chocolate gravy.
She did. It was delicious.
The crazy
And
thing
I ate
is
like
that's
12 biscuits. I just about said a word that I'm not allowed to. Almost dropped an F-bomb there.
oh. Well, here, let me bleep it out for you. He ate 12 biscuits.
I mean, I don't think it was 12 because, I mean, there was 12 of us there pretty much, so.
Yeah. Well.
But I ate quite a few.
Well, Justin Johnson's gonna be leading his inside row in that first place position. Alex Witt's gonna be trying to get back up there to him, but Kevin Coleman and Christian Strader is gonna be on their rear here as we enter the Geico restart zone shortly. That pace car's gotta get out of the way first. We're gonna round out turn 3 here, and Alex Witt will be in control of the field. We'll have 18 to go at the line. Can Justin Johnson hold off Alex Witt, Christian Strader, Kevin Coleman, and Daniel Mitchell, and the rest of the pack? Or will something happen to Justin Johnson, kind of, what happened to Noah Hanna? We shall see. Justin Johnson will bring us down here to the Geico restart zone, and he will not get as big of his jump as he wanted.
I still got about a 2-car.
Yeah, I always mess with the zone. I always start like very beginning, and then I'll move it back to the end and mess people up. But Justin Johnson's making that car 15 lanes wide right now as Alex Witt and Christian Strader are battling for that second position here. You can see Justin Johnson dipping on the outside, on the inside of that pack there, giving everybody enough room. They hit the tunnel turn. Looks like Zachary Lewis grabbed the rear end of Daniel Mitchell, and Christian Strader did the same to Kevin Coleman. Turn number 3 here, side-by-side action for that third position. Christian Strader, Kevin Coleman. Going to tuck back in on the front stretch here. Justin Johnson battling like crazy with Alex Witt to maintain that position. Alex Witt's going to be looking for that inside position as he tries to potentially dive bomb him here. As he does not get the jump, Alex Witt will not get the jump on Justin Johnson here going into turn number 1. Everybody seems to be single filing out now, setting up their turns. We have 17 to go. Where are we going to be at? Side-by-side action. Daniel Mitchell makes a pass on Christian Strader there in the tunnel turn. Christian Strader did not like that. Gives him a little bump out of the tunnel turn to express his displeasure with that move. Justin Johnson and Alex Witt battling. Justin Johnson just allowed Alex Witt to take the position and did not set the crossover. We're going to look for the crossover to happen here at turn number 1, but I think he may have not have set it up right. We'll see as we come down to turn number 1. Alex Witt is fast.
Yeah, he is. He's not going to have enough on turn number 1.
Kevin Coleman, Daniel Mitchell almost got together right there in turn number 1. Daniel Mitchell did ease up there. We do have a car in the back going out. That's Anthony Rattle. Justin Johnson dipped his tire below the line just a little bit. The yellow line is out of bounds, so you cannot advance your position under that yellow line. Daniel,
Almost 3 wide for third place there.
yeah, Daniel Mitchell, Kevin Coleman still battling. Kevin Coleman will have the position as Christian Strader is giving Kevin Coleman the bump of his life down this long straightaway here at Pocono. Daniel Mitchell is now inside of Christian Strader. 3 wide right now. Andrew Jamelin on that inside. Daniel Mitchell middle. Christian Strader on the outside there. These guys have 15 laps to go here as we started to get a little crazy in the back.
Yeah, everybody's starting to make their push. Try and get something going for them.
Justin Johnson's just going to tuck his nose in behind Alex Witt and start setting up his turn. Side-by-side action between Christian Strader and Daniel Mitchell right now. These guys are battling it out hard for any track position they can get. Get a good look at our drone camera here. Drone camera is able to keep up with these cars. I'm not sure how, but it does.
One of those $15,000 drones.
Well, yeah, true. There's a no-fly zone right now because of that drone.
Yeah.
Justin Johnson is losing ground on Alex Witt right now, almost a quarter of a second back. Andrew Jamelin, Christian Strader still battling. Zachary Lewis is sticking his nose into the bunches. Zachary Lewis does grab that wall coming off of 3. And Alex Witt is starting to make ground again, but we do have some action right here in the back. Andrew Almuquist, Noah Hanna, and Cody Kern all battling for their positions, respectively. Noah Hanna's pushing for a top 10 finish tonight. That would still do him well in points, and he knows that. So he's going to do everything he can to get around Almuquist as he does right there through the tunnel turn.
Jamelin making a pass on Christian Strader there for 5th place.
Yep, Zachary Lewis is right on the rear end of Christian Strader. Them two are kind of partnered up at the beginning of this race, so we'll see if they can do the same here. But they've only got 12 laps to do so, so they got to be making some moves quickly. Kevin Coleman is approaching the rear end of Justin Johnson, slowly but surely. 2 wide for the 6th position. Anthony Rattle's going to stick his nose in there as well. Christian Strader's just going to get hung out to dry there on that inside line as we go through the tunnel turn here. Who will come out victorious with this position? Oh, as Christian Strader gets a little loose, dips his toes down below the yellow line and gets loose. If you're watching in chat right now, make sure you visit the links that are popping up there. Those are our sponsors. Calvin Ross just grabbed the wall back there coming out of 3. Noah Hanna making the pass on Cody Kern for that 9th position as they go into turn number 1 here. Still side by side, using Christian Strader as a tow truck right now, as Christian Strader moves up and helps Cody Kern maintain his position. Back up front and watch here. Justin Johnson has made his way back to Alex Witt, and Alex Witt knows it. Alex Witt's going to start using that car to go all over the track to maintain his position. We will have 10 to go at the line, and just for you guys, Rob, I'm going to crank it up one more time.
Alrighty.
You can see these guys putting in the effort to stay in the positions that they're in. Justin Johnson is looking to make the pass on that inside, are looking for an inside pass here to get around Alex Witt, and Alex Witt is defending. We've seen him defend through the corners there when we were cranking it up. This is going to be an exciting finish if Justin Johnson can get his nose up there.
Yeah, Kevin Coleman is trying to push to get to them, but he's got no help, so they have pulled away from the middle of the pack with about a 2-second gap in between third and fourth.
Yeah, and Kevin Coleman's desperately trying to hold on to that draft. The draft works a little differently here because they are having to let off the gas to go into some of these corners, so the draft is actually falling off. So Kevin Coleman is technically on the very end of his draft, and if he loses it, he will start falling back to that backpack. In the event we have a caution and less than 3 laps to go, we will go into overtime. And BSC does operate with a 1 overtime rule, so if we do happen to wreck, we'll stack them back up one more time and go again.
These guys up front do not want a caution right now.
Well, Justin Johnson does. I don't know about Alex Witt, but Justin Johnson wouldn't mind having a caution right now.
And that's true.
Justin Johnson's really, really strong on restarts, so Andrew Jamelin's going to fall back to Anthony Rattle for that 6th position, although Andrew Jamelin does take that turn number 3. Sorry, I had something in my throat. Oh! Cody Kern grabbed the wall.
Yeah, so did Zach Lewis.
And Noel Hanna. These tires are wearing. We've not seen green flag pit stops as of yet, and I don't think we're going to see them. Justin Johnson's still fighting for that front position with Alex Witt as he may be looking to set something up here momentarily. We have the 7 to go right now, 6 to go when we cross the stripe on that long front stretch.
There was a little bit of contact there.
He's just letting them know he's there.
Yeah.
He's just sticking his nose out. Hey, I'm still here back here, you know. Don't forget about me. Oh! Alex Witt's having to go into the pits. Justin Johnson will maintain, or will gain that position, but does Alex Witt know something? I don't know. Or did I just predict something at the beginning of this race?
You may have.
Alex Witt, we're watching this pit timer right now. He's still rolling down pit road. He is in his pit stall right now. I'm going to try to gauge and see what he does here. 6 seconds, 7 seconds in his pit box, 8 seconds in his pit box. Kevin Coleman is fighting for that position. If he wins, this will be his first win with the BSC. 14.77 seconds in pit road. Alex Witt had to do a full pit stop there. Justin Johnson still holding out, not going into the pits. Kevin Coleman is not either. And we're just gonna maintain up front and see what these guys do. We'll jump back and forth between the pack, but we're gonna put our focus on this front pack here, or these front 2 cars. Alex Witt have moved from a very good position to a very poor position for his point standings right now. We'll have 4 to go at the line. Kevin Coleman all over the rear of Justin Johnson.
Kevin Coleman may just be sitting in behind Justin Johnson just to, save a little bit of fuel, make sure he's got enough to end this race.
Yeah, because, I'm going to sit here and show the pit strategy here. We got to look at these pit stints. Justin Johnson, Kevin Coleman, and Daniel Mitchell are all on the pit strategy. Zachary Lewis is on the same pit strategy, and actually, Rattle and Jamelin's not pitted. They've been on track 21 laps now. So they pitted a little bit earlier than, or a little bit later than Justin and Coleman. So. But that flag that come out earlier was very important to saving fuel.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we probably seen Justin passing the pace car because he was cutting his car off and letting it idle, or letting it, run without any gas flowing. As Zachary Lewis makes the pass on Daniel Mitchell. Now Daniel Mitchell actually went high there in the tunnel turn. Checking back up on the leaders here. Justin Johnson, Kevin Coleman, still 1-2. Nobody in contention for them 2 spots except them 2. It could change up. 3 to go. We are in the territory for a green-white checkered if one was to come out. Two Toyotas here battling for the win. Beautiful looking cars. Castrol 00. And I'm going to call it the default car because I don't see a skin. If there is one, I don't see it. We got all 3 Toyotas. 1, 2, and 3. Zachary Lewis, Kevin Coleman, Justin Johnson. As Kevin Coleman makes a pass for that first place position through the tunnel turn. Does not get it, but he sits in a good position to capitalize coming in turn number 3. But he's going to tuck in behind Justin Johnson here through 3. Kevin Coleman's going to step outside here. Justin Johnson does a good maneuver to block that. 2 to go at the line. Kevin Coleman is dropping off the pace here. Looks like he was pushing his cornerback here just a little bit so he can actually get on the gas through the corners a little bit better to, gain some position. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look back here at the next pack here. Calvin Ross has had a pretty tough day today. Sitting back in that 15th position. Just trying to put points on the board. Turns number 3 here. Kevin Coleman doesn't have anything. If Kevin Coleman's going to move, it's going to be this lap. Coming up, 1 to go at the line. White flag is in the air, waiting to be waved. This white flag is presented by JP Alfonso Studios. Go check them out.
Coleman is actually fallen off the pace a little bit.
He's pushing his corners back. I think he's setting something up here. He's not sputtering yet. Justin Johnson is looking to pick up his first win with the BSC Cup. Kevin Coleman is looking for the first win as well. Alex Witt has moved his way up to 10th position. That's still good for his points, but not as good as it's going to be for Daniel Mitchell, who sits behind him.
And Zach Lewis has actually run out of fuel.
Well, that calls the caution. We don't know. He is off track. And at the line, Kevin Coleman will not have enough. Justin Johnson's just got to get off that corner easy. And Justin Johnson will be the winner tonight here at Pocono Speedway, followed by Kevin Coleman and Noah Hanna for your top 3. Daniel Mitchell, Armin Brusso, 6-7. Christian Strader, 8th. Alex Witt is trying to come in 9th here, rounding out turn number 3. Alex Witt will finish in that 9th position. Cody Kern, Andrew Almuquist finishing up now. Calvin Ross will be coming in right behind them in the 12th position. Alex Martin, Rod Sizemore, and Zachary Lewis will not finish this race. He'll be considered a lap down unless somebody goes over there and pushes him.
Yep.
Oh, here they come. Here comes the pushers.
Oh, yeah. Armin Brusso looks like he's going to push him to the end.
Nice. You love to see it. Noah Hanna's going to hang out for moral support. Give a little protection to Armin Brusso here. Andrew Omniquest is going to get in there and push too.
Trying to get him up to speed.
We've got. We're just going to watch this. Four cars and train right now. Oh my God.
This is hilarious.
I'm recording the event. Jacob, make sure you're paying attention. This is going to be in the highlight. My Lord, what an amazing race. Justin Johnson picks up his first win with the BSC. Kevin Coleman picks up his first top 3 of the season with the BSC. We're here. We're at our pre-post or our post-race show.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you stick around for the next 15 minutes. We're going to talk to these guys. Let's pull in Justin.
All right, here. Justin, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Gotcha.
All right. Well, a hard-fought battle with Alex Witt there, coming to I believe it was 5 to go before he had to jump to the pit, bringing you to the first win with the BSC Cup for you. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I let him pass actually when I had to lead that second stage. I knew I needed to save a little bit more, so I kind of just let him lead and take his draft, and it played out well.
So, I just want to, and Alex, I'm not a witch. I'm not at all. But I talked about it at the beginning of the race, and I said that Alex Witt is gonna have a bad race. It's time for him to have a bad race. It's his first one of the season. He's been winning, been dominating all season, but this is it. And he actually had some misfortune at the end, causing you to get the position back. But Kevin Coleman was all over your rear. Talk about that.
Oh yeah, Kevin. I didn't know if he was good on fuel. I didn't know if he pitted that last caution. I was kind of scared, but he started saving with me, so we were kind of in the same boat.
Yeah, Kevin Coleman is really, really, really good at this track. He does well here, and apparently you do well here too. And I just want to say congrats, because you have been, since you've come in the week of Bristol Dirt, you have been dominating. I'm not necessarily winning, but you've been dominating the field. You had put on a strong showing last week at Martinsville. The week prior to that, you done well at Watkins Glen. Did you not? I don't remember. We didn't broadcast that one because of technical issues, but I believe you did well at Watkins Glen. Did you not?
I did, yeah. And last week, when I was in the booth last week, I told you guys I got 3rd at Watkins Glen. I got 2nd at Martinsville. I told you it was time for a win, and here we go. So,
yeah. Well,
That's true.
definitely, yeah. You talked your way into it. You manifested that one if I've ever seen it, and you did well. I don't think you're going to be able to get enough wins till the end of the season to get up there with Alex Witt in points, but this is definitely going to give Daniel Mitchell a chance to get up there to Alex Witt in the points. But are you looking forward to next season? And did you put in a survey?
I need to put in a survey, but I am looking forward to next season.
Nice. Well, congrats on your win. Final thing, got anything to say to your sponsors or your future sponsors and fans out there?
Future sponsors. Nah, I got nothing to say, but expect more. Expect more, definitely.
Well, we love to hear it.
We love the confidence.
Yeah, and maybe we'll talk to you at Michigan.
I'm hoping for it.
All right, appreciate it, Justin.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's talk to the man himself, Kevin Coleman. Kevin, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Loud and clear.
All right, well, I had you slated for the win, but you came second, so that's going to be great for you. Your first top 3 with the BSC. I know you've had a few bad races here with some misfortunes and getting wrecked and whatnot, but you were able to hold it out here at Pocono. And how you feel about it?
It feels good. Finally have some luck on my side. Like you said, lots of bad luck in all these races. So I was just happy to finish P2, and save enough fuel. I didn't even really try to go to win once I realized I really might not make it. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna finish this race and not mess this up.
Yeah, so I learned some of my fuel saving strategies from you, and I know what you did. You were cutting the car off. Were you not trying to save as much as you was under caution?
Yeah. The whole race, I do that every race, and then honestly, once it was about 3 to go, I saw how close it was. Going into turn 1, I was cutting it off and not turning it back on until the exit.
Yeah, I could definitely tell because it looked like you were pushing your corners back, and then out of nowhere, your car would get a boost. So like he's in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, he's doing something to save some fuel. But this is your highest placing with BSC so far. You need to get Eddie back in here, man. I know he's missing the action.
Yeah, I told him I was racing. He had something going on, but whatever, playing with his cats or something. I'm not too sure.
Well, you know. But you got to win anyway, right? Or you got a second place finish. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, P2 is awesome compared to what I have been doing, so I'll take it.
Yeah, and I didn't even respond to your DM that day because I'm like, you know what? He's going to do better. It's just going to take him time.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. Well, Kevin, you have anything to say to your sponsors or your fans out there before we let you go?
Just keep watching, I guess. Like I said, I'm glad I didn't have to quit this one early and stayed the whole race. So, like, it was a good accomplishment for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we hope to see you next week, and maybe we'll talk to you next week as well.
It is Michigan next week.
Yep.
Yeah, I should run good there. So appreciate it, guys.
Yep,
All
thank
right,
you, Kevin.
appreciate it, Kevin. All right, let's talk to Noel Hanna.
Noel Hanna actually had some difficulties earlier. Kevin Coleman and him got together going down the front stretch. Noel Hanna did get turned, collecting some damage. That's what brought the last caution out of the race. But it looks like he made a comeback and finished in the top 3. So,
yep.
Yeah, Noel, are you in here?
Oh, wait, hold on here. All right, Noel, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Not too bad. I mean, we were talking about it a little bit. You had, you got together with Kevin Coleman there and brought you to the back of the pack, but you were able to fight your way through, and come home with P3. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, God, there was so much going on there. Tire wear was high, the fuel saving, all that stuff. Track position was paramount. So, yeah, that was me just trying to race him hard, trying to, one of us had to back off, and neither of us did. So,
Yeah, no,
that's what happens. You turn yourself on in front of him. So,
well, we were watching it. It looked like a racing incident, like you were trying to block. He just had about 2 or 3 inches on you, and you end up getting spun, unfortunately, kind of like a Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski incident at the last lap of Talladega in 2009. But, you did make a comeback. I mean, you fell back down to the last or second to last place. Rod Sizemore was off the lead lap. But you fought your way back through the field and finished in third and under 15 laps. So that's a pretty big accomplishment, especially here at Pocono. And as wild as everybody was racing in the back of the pack.
yeah, for sure. Actually, that probably ended up being part of the saving grace. Was that allowed me to take a fast repair there just in case and fill up. Luckily, we're just inside the fuel window there, so I knew I was good to the end by about 2 laps, 3 laps. So that helped out. If another caution had come out, would have been a very different outcome. Likely everyone on fresh tires and would have been a battle royale up front, sure, but I there's no way I would have made it probably. So
Yeah, the gap between you and the top 2 guys were about 3.5 seconds. So but you did fall. You fought your way hard. You got your way to that third position. Rob, you got anything for him?
No, just congratulations. We can't wait to see what you do at Michigan next week. You have anything to say to your sponsors and your fans out there?
we had Michigan for a preseason race. Got a win there. Didn't mean anything. So going to replicate. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to go to Michigan next week. Like I was saying in pre-race, most of my wins that I've gotten in iRacing has come from Michigan. With the Dallara 18s, NASCAR, Gen 6, Xfinity, it doesn't matter. I'm usually really, really good at Michigan as well. So, congrats on third place. Good luck next week at Michigan. We can't wait to be there to watch those guys race again.
Appreciate it. Take care.
All right.
Well, Rob,
Well-
that's a wrap. Pocono was fantastic as always. We
Mhm.
love seeing everybody, race their hearts out, and we even seen some nice sportsmanship there at the end as Zachary Lewis gets pushed across the start finish line. So
Yeah, that was a sight to see, and I saw him dart out on the back stretch, and I was looking at him, and then I heard it over the radio saying I'm out of fuel, and he made it as far as he could, and everybody got together, made sure he finished. So that's the great show of sportsmanship that they have here at BSC for one another. And it was a great race, and I kind of can't wait for Michigan.
yeah, Michigan is going to be a race. It's going to be an important race because Michigan. There's a lot of strategy at Michigan. The tire wear, especially in these Gen 7 cars, is bad at Michigan. So maintaining your tire wear, maintaining your fuel, pitting when you need to pit and not before, because that plays a big part, because it's kind of like at Talladega and Daytona. Once you go a lap down there and you lose help, you might as well say you're done for until you get back to the pack catches back up to you. So pitting with people is important. There's a lot of things that's very important, and especially the in-car adjustments that you can make, that you're able to make on a fixed setup, like your brake bias plays a huge part in your tire wear as well. So we'll look at the strategies come next week and see what everybody's running, but it's going to be important. It's going to be one of those races for points. Alex Witt does not need another bad race. If he has another bad race, Daniel Mitchell may actually pass him. And everybody that's up there contending for points and for that championship, it's going to be an important race.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, we'll close this out. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'd like to thank our sponsors, JP Alfonso Studios, as well as Dubby, and the BSC Cup, because without them, we would not be here, and without you guys, we would not be here. So, we do appreciate each and every one of you for joining along and following us through this season. And
It's been an eventful one.
It has been. Yeah, that's all I got for tonight.
Yep. Well, with that being said, I've got a pretty cool replay queued up here of Justin Johnson. He's the official winner tonight. Kevin Coleman is officially in that second position. Noah Hanna in third. That's your top three. And the rest of the list goes on and on from there. We love you guys, and let's check out Justin Johnson celebrating here. We'll see you guys later. This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and/or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.